We use materials from the dollar store every day in our homeschool. So today I'm going to share with you 15 of our favorite dollar store finds for homeschool. Hi, I'm Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me today. On my channel, we talk about all things fourth grade homeschool and just enjoying this wonderful adventure that we're on. Today, we're going to talk about some of my favorite dollar store finds that we use every day. We use multiple times a day. I have 15 to mention. Now, I am going to say 10 of those 15 are directly related to math. So I have 10 that are related to math, and then 5 that I use in other ways. So let's get started. For math, we use money. It's just $1. So this has, it's got the bills. We've got 20s, 10s, 5s, 1s, and then we also have pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. So this is great for counting money, and we have used it for quite a while. We've actually used it for a number of years. Number 2, fractions. So one of my favorite things with regards to fractions are the measuring cups and measuring spoons. This is awesome. This measuring spoon goes from 1/8 of a teaspoon all the way up to the tablespoon. And so it is great for determining how many 1/8 are in 1/4, how many 1/8 are in 1/2. And so this is something that we can actually do. We can actually measure out, and so that's fun. And then obviously you have the cups as well. So we like this primarily for fractions. That's one of the reasons that we use that quite a bit. Flashcards. So this is the division flashcards. Obviously at the dollar store you can get about whatever flashcards that you want. Flashcards traditionally are pretty boring, no question, but they are also very effective. So flashcards are one of the things that we use. Then the clock. So I found these clocks at the dollar store, which are great for just reinforcing telling time, because this is something that, when I was in school, this is something that I dealt with every day. I would sit there and I would watch that clock and I would figure out how many minutes I had left, and I would, watch it and I would know exactly what time it was. Well, this is not something that, kids deal with on a daily basis anymore. And so I try to incorporate something with telling time probably about once every 2 weeks, once a week, once every 2 weeks, just something really little, but these are really good to help with that. Die. So these we can do, obviously you can do it for multiplication, division, you just roll them, but we can also do them for fractions. What we started doing as well is if you roll them and then we have a number that we're trying to make, so that you're trying to use all 5 die to say make the number 25, and you can use addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, but you need to use all 5 of them in order to do that. I have these cards where I have the numbers set up, and so we just flip over the cards, you roll your die, so then you know what number you're trying to make out of these. And so this is really good for mental math. Next, we have Dominoes. Again, this is something that's good for fractions. It's good for mental math. It's good for patterns. Dominoes are something else that we like. It's from the dollar store. Can you tell we're working on fractions a lot right now? I also have these little Lego pieces. So the pieces are set up so that, you have, here's 8 little knobs on it, and then this one is 4, 2, etc. And so we talk about how many does it take of this to be able to go on to the 8, and how can I make the 6? What can I do with the 6? What fraction of 8 are these 6 little knobs? And so we talk about that. And so these have been really good in working with fractions. I found these beads at the dollar store. Originally, we were just doing estimating with them because there were so many, but now we're into graphing. And so what we can do is you can take a handful and then you can separate them by color and then do your bar charts with them. And you can lay them out so that your student can see, there's 8 of the yellow ones and then 6 of the green ones, and then actually do the bar chart from that. So this has actually been a lot of fun. So that's 9 for math. My last one is a little bit of a cheating. So we have the composition notebook. Ellie has one of these for math. And so what she has done, for example, we did this with Skittles, but this is an example of exactly what I was talking about with those beads, where you would be able to graph individually what the different colors are. So this was something that we use quite a bit. She uses a graph composition book. So we use that. Right now she has 3 of them that she's using. She's using the one for math, and then she has the one wild words. This is her vocabulary. What she does with the vocabulary is she has a word, then she has to look it up in the dictionary, and then she has to write a sentence on it. This one was procrastinate. This is one of her favorite words now, is procrastinate. Then finally, we also are using one right now on the US presidents. So what she's doing is she has the sticker of the president. Then this is John Adams, the dates he was in office, and then interesting facts about him, and then when he was born and died. So we use these quite a bit for a little bit of extra supplement. So those are the 10 dollar store finds for math. And so now for my 5 additional dollar store finds that we use very consistently, you might be able to guess because I have these all around me right now, are these trifold boards. So for master books, we are doing a timeline with American history. And so we use the trifold board for it. We have the timeline up here, and then we have the pictures for that. Ellie also does presentations. This one was on the presidents. So the trifold boards are number 1 outside of the math manipulatives from the dollar store. Number 2 is this guide to the sky. It talks about the different clouds, and it says it gives you the precipitation and altitude, and you can do for each cloud a little bit of information. I'm only showing this one, quite frankly, because I can't find the one for constellations that I have. So I don't know if Ellie's taken it to her room or something. But I have another one of these that has to do with the constellations that we have from the dollar store. And so any of these little manipulatives that just add a little bit more information, a little bit of hands-on, we like these from the dollar store as well. So that's number 2 outside of the math manipulatives. For my last 3, I'm actually going to have to walk around a little bit because I have some things hung up around the room that I want to show you. So give me just a minute and I'll show you what I'm talking about. At the dollar store, I found these great parts of speech signs. And so we have kept these up all year long. It has really helped. Ellie likes having them there. She talks about them quite a bit. So these were a great find. Number 14 is our calendar, and then number 15 is our schedule board. So the schedule board is just a little cork board that we use for our schedule. I also bought 2 more cork boards, one's for our Bible verse. Then the last one is for her vocabulary that she puts on this board, and then we go through it. This relates directly to the composition book that we talked about earlier. So there are my 15 favorite Dollar Tree finds that we use on a daily basis in our homeschool. Obviously, we also use quite a few of the office supplies like dry erase markers, the small dry erase board that Ellie uses. We use folders, markers, bins. Oh my, the bins. We use so many of the bins from the dollar store. But I just wanted to show you 15 of my favorite Dollar Tree finds that we do use on every day that is directly related to our homeschool and to our activities within the homeschool. Thanks again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Also, I really would appreciate it if you drop a comment if you have a favorite dollar store find that you have found and that you use quite a bit, because I'm always interested in finding out how you can use manipulatives from the dollar store within your homeschool. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.